Welcome to episode number 50 of this MLB The Show 20 post-season series. And today, I'm doing a postseason bracket, of course. It is an MLB The Show 20 for two reasons. Well, I want to do it in MLB The Show 20. And then the second reason is, I do have MLB The Show 20, 21, and 22. I never got 23 or 24. And then I just felt like doing a postseason bracket, and I was like, which one do I do it in? Decided to do it here in MLB The Show 20. It's episode number 50 of this series because I have done 5 postseason brackets prior to this one. All 5 of them were in 2020, between when the game came out in March of 2020, like a week before COVID, and then between March of 2020 and like October of 2020, I did 5 postseason brackets. Different lengths, obviously, for each, for the Division Series, Championship Series, and the World Series for all the postseason brackets. Some of them were just one game, some were best of 3, some were best of 5, and then some were the best of 5, best of 7, best of 7. This one, if you're wondering, is, well, wild card games, one game, obviously. Division Series will be one game as well. Championship Series will be one game as well. And then the World Series will be a best of 3. So one game for the Division Series, one game for the Championship Series, and a best-of-3 World Series to finish it off. The reason is because I don't really want to play, I don't really want this postseason bracket to take a long time, and also don't really want to play all those games, because I don't film all of them, but I do play all of them, some on camera, some off camera. The one we're going to play in this episode, because obviously it's episode number 50, first one obviously since October of 2020, I have done postseason brackets since October of 2020. I did one in MLB The Show 21, one in MLB The Show 22, and then that's it. I haven't done a postseason bracket at all in 2 years, and then 4 years for this game. But yeah, so it's 2020 rosters, remember that. I did pick the teams. It's the A's and the Royals in the AL wildcard game in Kansas City, and then the winner will play the Twins, my favorite team. That's why I put them there. And then the other ALDS will be Yankees, Astros in Houston for that one game, and then for the other series it'll be A's or Royals versus Twins in Minnesota, and then you have the Rockies and Cardinals in the NL wildcard game in St. Louis. Winner will play the Dodgers in LA, and then it's the Braves and Cubs in the other NLDS at Wrigley. So yeah, it's Sean Manaea versus Brad Keller for this game. This episode will be the AL wildcard game. The next episode will be the ALDS between the Royals or the A's against the Twins. So the next episode will be the ALDS between the Twins and the Royals, or the Twins and the A's in Minnesota. And then after that would be the ALCS or the NLCS, and then after that would be the best of 3 World Series. So yeah, the game is on September 29th, 2020. Both wildcard games are, and then you have the Yankees, Astros, Braves, Cubs, and then you have the Twins and Dodgers against, obviously, TBD. Sean Manaea versus Brad Keller in this game. So yeah. So there's no extra inning rule. That wasn't, obviously, in 2020. That was a thin and that shortened season. But in this game, the extra inning rule where you get a runner at second base, that's not even a thin. That's not even an option to turn on or off in this game. And then that's not even an option to turn on or off in this game. But what I did do, I did turn the universal DH to on. You can do that to be either on, off, or auto. On and off, self-explanatory, and then auto is DH in the AL, no DH in the NL. I turned the designated hitter on, so it's a universal DH, just because that's the case in real life here in 2024, and why not? As I don't really want the pitchers batting anyways. So universal DH is on. So yeah. Play full game, of course. If you don't know, I do use 2 controllers. I play with both teams. So red controller will be the Royals, blue controller will be the A's. Yeah, the Royals obviously in 2019 were 59 and 103, but in real life they're doing pretty good in 2024. A's in the real life 2019 season did make the wild card but lost to the Rays. So yeah. Well, the 59 and 103 actually might be the 2020 record. I'm not sure. No, it couldn't be the 2020 record because they didn't play a full season. So yeah, it's 59 and 103 for the Royals in 2019. A's were 97 and 65 and did make that wild card, but then lost to the Rays. So yeah, let's just do, I don't know why we're on home uniforms, home and road uniforms, obviously. Kauffman Stadium opened back in 1973, so it's been around for 51 years. Since my dad was born. Yeah, same year. I didn't realize Kauffman Stadium was that old, but hey, it's old, I guess. Quick counts will be on. Clear skies, the show theme broadcast for the presentation mode, and then it'll be Keller versus Manaea, two aces, or the two top pitchers, which I guess aces you can call them. You have Tommy La Stella, Marcus Semien, Matt Chapman, Matt Olson, Robbie Grossman, former Twin, Mark Canha, Ramon Laureano. Couldn't say it for a sec. Ramon Laureano, Stephen Biscotti, and Sean Murphy. Yeah. And then you have Whit Merrifield, Otto Barrow, Mondesi, Salvi, Salvador Perez, Jorge Soler, Adele Franco, Hunter Dozier, Alex Gordon, who is retired, but remember 2020 rosters, Edwin Olivars, and then Nicky Lopez. Is there someone better to play in center field? Doesn't look like it. They have two center fielders on the bench, but they're both under 73 overall, so let's just, that might be a rookie. Yeah, he is. 8 potential, so. Okay, so I don't leave the lineups as is. Let's get into the AL wildcard game. Winner will play the Twins in the ALDS, and then the loser will obviously see their postseason hopes or postseason bracket come to an end. The DHs are Jorge Soler and Mark Canha. Obviously, even if the DH was Otto, there would still be a DH here because it's the AL. But the Royals in real life in 2024 are a big surprise. Not sure, they're not in first place, but they're in second, so we'll see. '20 AL wildcard, A's Royals. Now, obviously, it's also the old postseason format. Obviously, there's a new one now, but 2020, remember that. And also, the reason I did it in this postseason bracket in MLB The Show 20 is because I like the hit-in better than MLB The Show 21 and 22. The announcers, I like Matt Vasgersian over John Shambi, and I just like MLB The Show 20, so why not? And it's kind of fun to use rosters from 4 years ago too. Yeah, one game. Obviously, they got rid of those one-game wild cards. Now it's a wild card series, best of 3, for the 3 through 6 seeds, and then the top 2 seeds get a bye. As of what, 2022, I think, when they changed that. Keller 7-14 in 2019, technically 28 starts, 7-14, a 4.19 ERA, 1.35 WHIP. It's kind of high WHIP, but obviously the WHIP is watts, hits, and is pitched. If you didn't know that. Here's Tommy La Stella. I haven't played MLB The Show in a few months, and I haven't filmed an MLB The Show video in months too. Here we go. Yeah, okay, that showed right there. 59 degrees at first pitch. The wind is 2 miles per hour blowing in from right field. So remember that. When it's colder, the ball doesn't like to fly as much. And then with the wind blowing in from right field, if you get one up in right field, you gotta hit it pretty hard to get it out. 1-2. That's a line drive, almost hit the umpire. Tommy La Stella's on board with a single. It's late September, nighttime, Kansas City, 59 degrees, yeah. I mean, rather be 59 than like 95 or something like that. I want to be 95 in Kansas City, but here's Semien. Oh, there's a line drive. That's another base hit. La Stella and Semien with bat-to-bat singles. So 2 on, nobody out for Oakland. Part of the reason I use Oakland is because they are moving to Sacramento for a couple of years temporarily, and then they're moving to Vegas. So that's why I'm also using Oakland. Here's Chapman. And it's a little nubber. That's going to get down. And the runner is going to stop at third base. No point of getting the first out at home. Bases loaded, nobody out. So 3 straight singles. And now it's Matt Olson. Another Matt. 3 one-hitters count, 2 with the bases loaded. And swing and a miss, 3-2. And the umpires are right there. Mike Fillmore's behind the plate. And apparently Mike Fillmore, according to the damn police act, is one of the most consistent umpires, so at least it's not Angel Hernandez or Laz Diaz behind the plate. 3-2. And it's a ground ball, and that's through base hit. Here comes the second runner, and he is safe, as it's 2-0 A's. And the runner gets over to third base. Olson with a 2-run single, as that's 5 straight hits to start the game. No, 4 straight hits. Yeah, 4 straight hits to start the game. 4 straight singles as it got between shortstop and the third baseman. And now there's Grossman. And now the pitching coach will come to the mound along with everyone else. He's only throwing 16 pitches, but it could be 7-0 or something like that in the first inning. There's still nobody out. And it's a ground ball. This could be 2. Second one, first double play. But the run does score. 4-3 double play, no RBI for Grossman, but it is 3-0 A's. Rally are still waving here in Kansas City, who haven't seen a playoff game since the 2015 World Series, where they won the World Series. Since then, the Royals have not made the playoffs. Here's Mark Canha, the DH, 3-1 hitters count, and that's a line drive, fly ball, rather, in and over. But the A's get 3. But there's still obviously still 8.5 innings to go. 3-0 A's. And Manaea obviously has a 3-run lead. He had 5 starts in 2019 only. I think he had some injury, clearly. 4-0 record, 1.21 ERA, sub-1 WHIP, but he only had 5 starts. I think he had some injury or something. He must have, or something happened. Here's Whit Merrifield, still the whole game to go here, despite it being 3-0 A's. And it's a ground ball. That's going to be a base hit for Merrifield. Good start for Kansas City in the first. The single, and then the last clip did end, so I started a new one. Because camera, once you get to 12 minutes and 45 seconds, it stops. So, yeah, so you have a runner at first, wrong controllers, sorry. Runner at first, nobody out for Mondesi. And ground ball, this could be 2. The second to 1 for 1, bat to first, safe. As the pitcher was covering, and Mondesi with that speed beat it out. So it's a 3-6 fielder's choice. They were known for a 3-6-1 double play, but got the runner at second, but not at first. He has 94 speed. 3-2 count, 1 out for Salvi. You might see the runner in motion. Ground ball, and good play by the second baseman. Mondesi gets the second, but he got Perez at first. And here's the starting lineup for the Kansas City Royals. Merrifield, Mondesi, Perez, Soler is up next, Franco, Dozier, Gordon, Olivers, and Lopez. And then obviously the A's starting lineup, I forgot to show you, but I showed you before the game. 2-1 count out of Soler, the DH, the power hitter, 2-2. Here we go. If you're the Royals, you would like to get that run in from second. And ground ball, end over end, got him. 1 hit, 1 left. Or 1 hit for the Royals and 1 base runner left. 3-0 A's after 1. Here's the A's looking for more. As 3 runs scored in the first, 6 men came to the plate, 3 scored. Now here's Laureano. And that is a strike, 3-2. 95 on the gun. That's a line drive. Watch out. That's foul. Into maybe the 10th row. 3-2. And that is a strike 3. As Laureano is still in the box, but got him. On the 2-seamer at 92. And now here's Stephen Piscotty with Sean Murphy on deck. 1-1. Ground ball. It did play by Dozier, I believe. 2 down. And now it is Murphy. And then top of the order if Murphy can get on. Ground ball, foul. As that was foul by maybe a foot, less than a foot. Just to the right of first base, and then it ended up coming back fair, but that was beyond the base. This is a fly ball. Fair, but it will be caught on the line by the right fielder. That was Merrifield. Middle of 2, 3-0 Oakland. So the A's obviously got 0 in the second. Here's Franco. 5, 6, 7. Due up for Kansas City. Ground ball right through the wickets. Right through the leads of the Manaea. Base hit for Franco. Now here's Hunter Dozier at 26 homers in 2019. 1-2. That's a line drive, but it's caught by, I believe that's Piscotty? Or, I think it's Piscotty. 1 down. One on, one out for Gordon. Ground ball, and this will just be 1. And no, it's not going to be 1. It's going to be no one. As that's going to be an error. As his manager is looking on in disgust. As it was a good play by LaSalle not to go to second because his momentum was burning him the other way. But then he got nobody. And now here's the rookie. 2 on, 1 out. Ground ball. This could be 2, 3, 6, 3. Double play in and over. We headed to third. 3-0 Oakland. That was their chance right there, but Oakland got out of it. Now it's LaStella, 1 for 1 with a single and scored. Ground ball. That's to the rookie, I believe. No, it's to Franco, excuse me. 1 down. It's a good job by Teller to settle down after that. First 4 batters got on via single. Since then, no base runners. Here's Simeon, 1 for 1 with a single and a run. Popped up. Shallow right. Back is Dozier. 2 outs. So I think since those 4 straight singles, he's retired everyone. There hasn't been a base runner since then. Chapman 1 for 1 with a single and a run. As the top 3 guys scored for Oakland in the first. Ground ball, and that should be a 1-2-3 inning, and it is. Good pick by Dozier. Middle of 3, it's still 3-0 Oakland here in the AL wildcard. I believe it's the top of the order. No, it's 9-1-2. Here's Lopez. Ground ball. Simeon backhands it. And got Lopez. 1 down now at the top of the order for the Royals. Single in the first from Merrifield. They have 2 hits, and then obviously they had that error. Oh, reached on error in the first, or in the last inning. Ground ball Olsen. And Manaea beat into the bag by a step. Maybe less. 2 down. Merrifield almost beat Manaea to the base. Now it's Mondesi. Ground ball backhanded nicely by Olsen. We headed the 4th. Still 3-0 A's. Four, 5, 6 due up for Oakland. Olsen, Grossman, and Canna 2-2. Shift is on. Remember, the shift is still legal in this game. And it's popped up against the shift, but over is Franco on his horse, and he's got it by the coaching bots. 1 down. As Olsen, or not Olsen, Franco had to run a long way because the shift was on. Ground ball. Shift was not on. Mondesi. 2 down. That was close. Now it's Canna. And no base runner since those first 4 singles, so he did a good job to settle in for Keller, but still 3-0. He's thrown 50 pitches for almost 4 innings, which is pretty good. Especially after the first inning, and that's the A's first base runner since those 4 straight singles to start the game. They have 5 hits, 5 singles in this game. Now here's Ramon Laureano. Ground ball, second base. They'll throw it to the force. Middle of 4. It's 3-0 A's. Now here's Salvi. They have a middle 3 or 3-4-5 do that. Full count. Fly ball. Right center. That's Piscotti on his horse. He's got it. On the run, 1 down. Now Soler. Shift is on to for Soler. And that's a fly ball by the tarp. Ball boy doesn't move. Olsen, and he dove right into the tarp, ended up hitting the wall right behind the tarp. But ball boy didn't even move, and that was a mile high. And that's a ground ball right into the shift. Behind second. 2 down. As he hit it well, it would have been up the middle if the shift wasn't on. But Listella was right there. Here's Franco, who has their second hit. Full count. Line drive, but Laureano has to move maybe a foot. We head to the 5th. Still 3-0 A's. Here we go, quick moving game. The A's scored 3 in the first, nothing since. Full count. Ground ball. Second base. 1 down. Now Murphy, then the top of the order in Listella. 62nd pitch for Keller. Ground ball hit hard, base hit. And throwing the first is, and safe, barely at first base, is Murphy. Going for a 9-3 putout was Dozier, or was Merrifield, but he beat it. Murphy did. Here's Listella. Ground ball, this could be 2. Sits, 4, 3, double play, in and over. Halfway home here in the AL wildcard. A's 3, Royals 0. We're back here in Kansas City. Here's, I believe, Heidi Watney. Yep. Thank you, Heidi, for that report. And that is the case. They have 2 hits. They had their chances, though. They're on 3-0, and obviously their season's on the line. And that's a fly ball. Piscotti, 1 down. And the A's started with 4 straight singles, scored 3 runs. And now here's Gordon, reached on an error in third, I think. Full count. Foul ball at the plate. I mean, the Royals obviously still have 15 more outs to work with, bottom of the 5th, but they did something. They need 3. Ground ball, and past the diving Simeon. There's a start, maybe. 1 on, 1 out for Kansas City, and you don't need it all back at once. Just gotta chip away at it. I mean, now here's the rookie, who had a chance in the last at-bat, but that didn't work. Runner goes, and that's a ground ball. And everybody's going to be safe as Simeon trying to take it to second base. It's going to be an infield single as Gordon was in motion. And now here's 2 on, 1 out for Lopez. And that's a line drive, but not even needing to move was the left fielder. 2 down as the runner stayed put. As that was lined right at the left fielder. As Grossman didn't have to move. Now it's Merrifield. Ground ball, and throw to first is low, but picked by Olsen. And the Royals leave 2. They headed the 6th, 3-0 Oakland. 6th inning. Keller, I mean, giving up 2 hits since the first inning, but his team can't score, and that's a strike, full count. Had 2 on, 1 out, but A line out and then a ground out. Ground ball. This is fair inside first base. And it's cut off before it gets to the wall. Therefore, it's only a single. Single for Simeon. Now it's Chapman. 1 for 2 with a single and a run. Ground ball. Good stop by Mondesi. Second one. First double play. It was actually a good stop by the second baseman, who threw to Mondesi and then threw to first. 4-6-3 double play. 2 down in the 6th. So double play. 4-6-3. It was a good stop by who's the second baseman? No, Franco's the third baseman. Lopez. It was Lopez, Mondesi, and Dozier. Here's Olsen, 1 for 2 with a single, I believe. Ground ball against the shift, and will he try for second? And he will not. Single, 2-out single for Olsen. Now it's Grossman. Ground ball, and they'll get the force, middle of 6. It's still 3-0 A's, as the A's can't tack on, but the Royals can't score, at least not yet. Still have 12 more outs to work with, though. Here we go, Mondesi to lead it off. 65th pitch for Minaya, through 5+ innings. Ground ball, good start, and now you have a 94 speed guy at first base. Good job to lead off the inning. I mean, you can't get all 3 back at once. Now here's Salvi. Runner goes. And it's a fly ball as they were going to hit and run, but running back to first base is Mondesi. 1 down as it's caught by Lariano, as it was going for a hit and run, but Perez could not put that on the ground. Soler. And it's another hit and run. This one's going to be a ground out. 2 down, runner gets over to second, but there's 2 outs. Here's Franco looking for, hit to the outfield, should score Mondesi. And it's a line drive, and it's going to be a base hit. Throw home is going to be up the line. It probably would have been safe anyways. RBI single for Franco, and the Royals are on the board. As Franco lined that one, it landed in front of the center fielder. It kind of handcuffed him. The bounce kind of handcuffed Lariano. Basically had no chance. As it throws up the line, he probably would have been safe anyways. Mondesi scores. RBI single for Franco. Time runs at the plate. That was a perfect. Full counts. The runner will be in motion. It's a 3-1 game. Ground ball. Hit the Minaya. And good recovery by Minaya. As it hit the out. 1 run for the Royals. We head to the 7th. It's now 3-1 Oakland. Here we go. Back third of the game. Bat 3 innings. 2-2 count. 80th pitch for Keller. 3-1 Oakland. Line drive. And that ball is caught. 1 down. No action in either bullpen. The A's scored all 3 runs in the first inning. Royals scored 1 in the 6th. Now we're in the top of the 7th. Lariano. Ground ball. 2 down. Here's Piscotti. And they're starting to warm up. Scott Barlow, a middle relief pitcher in the Royals bullpen. No action in the A's bullpen now. Ground ball. 7th inning stretch time here at Kauffman Stadium. It's 3-1 Oakland. Here we go. Royals they have 3 more innings here. Minaya, now they're starting to warm up. Jake Dietman, one of their setup men, a lefty in the bullpen. And then there's a righty warming up in the Royals bullpen. Here's Gordon. Ground ball. I have 7, 8, 9 due up in the inning. And that'll be 1 out. Now here's the rookie. 1 for 2 with a single. Stand on base here. Line drive. And diving for it. was the right fielder, and that could have went to the wall. If that went to the wall, that might have been a triple or an inside the park home run. But thankfully, he knocked it down after he dove, and then it ended up hitting his glove. Here's Nicky Lopez. Tying run at the plate. Runner goes, and it's a hit and run. No one was there. And getting the third was the runner at first, as he hit it right where the shortstop would have been, but he wasn't there because of the hit and run. Hit and run to perfection. And first and third, one out. Bless you. Now it's Whit Merrifield, and they're gonna starting to warm up Lou Trevino, and they're gonna bring in Jake Diekman, as Manaea sees the A's manager come out of the dugout. Runners on base will be the responsibility of Manaea. Jake Diekman, the lefty, will be coming in to face. Well, I think Merrifield is a switch hitter, so I think he's still be right-handed, because this is Manaea and Diekman are both lefties. 1-2 count. Tying run at first base, but double play can get them out of the inning. And it's a fly ball. This should score at least one, or it should score the run. And here comes the runner. Throws, actually thrown to the cutoff man, then thrown home. It's not in time. And it's a one-run game. Sac fly and an RBI for Merrifield, as it was thrown to the cutoff man instead of... I thought the cutoff man would have been right there by a... I thought it would have been the first baseman, not the second baseman, but... I think it would have been close if it was thrown straight home. 1-1 now. A ground ball botched, and now thrown to second. And that's it. Okay. I don't know why I threw it second. That's an error on Olson's. That's 2 errors for Oakland. And now it's Salvi, the veteran. 2 on, 2 out. Swing and a miss, and the inning's over, as the error doesn't come back to bite Oakland, as he got him with the sinker down and in. We headed the 8th. It's now a 1-run game here in the AL wild card. Top 8. Keller is about to throw his 90th pitch. He's staying in the game. Here's Sean Murphy. Top of the order to follow. Ground ball. And this might be his last batter, maybe, because Listella's on deck. 1 down here in the 8th. As A's haven't tapped on, and that's what you gotta do. And here comes Barlow, as it's just because the top of the order now. And they're also starting to warm up Greg Holland in the bullpen, and then the A's have Trevino scheduled to be put in the game, and then Liam Hendricks, their closer, starting to warm up. But obviously it's still the 8th inning, and they still need 6 more outs. Ground ball, backhanded by Mondesi. 2 down. As the A's have not got a runner at second base, I'm pretty sure, since the first inning. Here's Simeon. Foul ball. I don't know they've got a runner at second base, like I said, since that first inning. Simeon's 2 for 3. Ground ball, and that's going to be a base hit for Simeon, his 3rd hit of the game. All singles. 2-out single, as the A's are looking for some insurance. And there's Chapman. That's a fly ball, hit well, but it's nowhere near the wall or the warning track. Middle of 8. It remains 3-2 Oakland. 4-5 2 up for Kansas City. And we will have a different pitcher. It's Lou Trevino. Hendricks is warming up in the Oakland bullpen. Middle 3 of the order, it's Soler, 0 for 3. No, tapper to the mound, Trevino, 1 down. And that's exactly what Soler didn't want to do. Now it's Franco, who had the RBI single in the 6th. Ground ball right to the second baseman. Listella, 2 down quickly in the 8th inning. 6 pitches, 2 outs for Trevino. And now Dozier, 0 for 3. Ground ball. Listella backhanded it. spins around, got him. 1, 2, 3, go the Royals. We head to the 9th, and the AL wild card. The A's lead by 1. We go, top 9, and they're done to Brennan Holland. Matt Olson, 4, 5, 6, 2 up for Oakland. Foul ball, as Hendricks, I assume, will be coming in the 9th for Oakland, looking to go to the ALDS against Minnesota. Ground ball, Franco against the shift, but Franco's there. 1 down. Now here's Grossman. And Hendricks, I'm going to schedule him to be put in the game in the 9th. Line drive almost hit Holland's head off. 1 on, 1 out for Oakland. It's their 10th hit. But they haven't got a runner at second base since the first inning, I believe. Here's Canna. Ground ball is to be 2. And that is a 4-6-3 double play, as it was barehanded by Mondesi at second. Here we go. This is the season right here. 1 to tie, 2 to win. Middle of 9. 3-2 Oakland. Here we go. And yeah, here comes Liam Hendricks, the closer. And it is 7, 8, 9 due up for Kansas City, so they need 1 base runner to get Merrifield back up. And it's a ground ball foul. The corner infielders are protecting the lines. So if you want to double, you gotta go over their heads, or you gotta go in the gap. And a line drive, will it get down? And diving for it was the left fielder. He knocked it down, doesn't catch it, and the tying runs on board. And you might see a pinch hitter maybe. Excuse me, a pinch runner. I will do that. And you also might see a sack bunt. Now Brennan Francie Cordero for Alex Gordon at first base. So you have a pinch runner, and you hopefully maybe see a sack bunt. And you will see a sack bunt, and it's foul. So now it's 2 strikes, so if you foul here, it's a strikeout. And he's still done a square, and this is fair. A great bunt. Well, it did anybody. Good cover by the second baseman. So it's a sacrifice 3-4. Runner at second, 1 out. As that was, they almost didn't get him. That was a heck of a bunt, especially with 2 strikes. But now it's Nicky Lopez with the top of the order due up next. Foul ball is Lopez, and then it's Lopez, and then Merrifield's on deck. Ground ball, it's gonna get through, but the runner had a late jump, as he had to stay at third base because he had to make sure he didn't get hit with that ground ball. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't run right away, but because he didn't, now it's runners at first and third, 1 out, but now you got, now a double play to end this game. Full count, 1 out. Full count, 1 out. Tying run at third base, winning run at first base. Double play to end it though. And ground ball, this to be 2. Got him at second, but they didn't get him at first. And we're tied. As covering was Hendricks, but Merrifield with that 73 speed was able to beat out the relay back to first base. So they got the runner at second, but Merrifield's safe at first, and the Royals have come back to tie the game. And now Mondesi win and run at first base, 2 outs. As the game time fielder's choice and an RBI for Merrifield. Ground ball, and we head to extra innings. As the Royals got 1 run, 3-3 after 9. As Cordero will remain in left field, I just gotta make sure he can play left field because I don't know if he can play left field. And he's a center fielder, but he can play left field, so he'll stay in the game officially. And Holland will stay in the game. Here's Liriano, and ground ball right to Lopez, 1 down. As the A's scored 3 in the first, but then the Royals scored what? 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 8th, and 1 in the 9th? No. They scored 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 9th. Here's Piscotti. And it's a line drive foul. But the The Royals have all the momentum. See if the A's can take it. Foul ball. Ground ball. And there is 2 outs. And I just remember, this is the A's and Royals played each other in the AL wildcard game in 2014 in Kansas City, and the Royals were down by like 3 runs in that game, came back to win in extra innings. Now we're in extra innings, 6 years later. Ground ball. 1-2-3 to the A's. The Royals have a chance to walk it off. Middle of 10, 3-3 game. Both teams have 3 runs and 10 hits, but the A's have 2 errors. And Hendricks stays in the game. Salvi 0 for 4. Ground ball, and make that 1 for 5. As the winning run is at first base. You might see a pinch runner for Salvi as well, maybe, because he has 18 speed. But Hendricks is trying to warm up Soria in the bullpen. And then you have Ian Kennedy warming up in the other bullpen. And Bubba Starlin will pinch run for Salvi, as he has much more speed than Salvi. And the runner's in motion, and he bunted it, but it's foul. Now it's 2-2 count. Well, he tried to bunt again. And Soler's on a square with 2 strikes, and it is fair. And it will be a sacrifice 3-4. That was fair by about a foot. The winning run is at second base, 1 out. 75 speed. And it's going to be Franco with Dozier on deck. So first base is open. They want to set up the double play, but I don't know. 2-1. And that's ball 3. Dozier's on deck, and there's gonna. It's 3-1. There's gonna walk him right now. 2 on, 1 out. So 3-2 count now, 1 out. Dozier, winner run at second base. But the double play is in order for Oakland. And it's a fly ball. And that ball is caught. Runner at second's tagging. And throw to third is not in time. Winner run 90 feet away, 2 outs. And the A's survive into the 11th, or will the Royals complete the comeback? And they're done to Brennan Soria right now with the game and the season on the line. Single, error, wild pitch, pass ball will do the trick. And swing and a miss. It's Cordero who ran for... Who did he pinch? Well, he the pinch runner back in the 9th. Gets his first at bat here in the 10th with the game on the line. And it's a little number. That's a base hit. And the Royals complete the comeback. As the pinch runner who came in the 9th inning got his first at bat in the 10th, and a little jam shot fell in no man's land, and the Royals have completed the comeback. Just like they did 6 years ago, they did it again here in 2020, and the Royals are moving on to play the Twins. As the A's had scored 3 runs in the first inning, but didn't score anything after that. And the Royals tied it in the 9th, and then won it in the 10th. As the pinch runner scores, and then the pinch runner pinch ran and scored the tying run in the 9th, came up to bat with the game on the line here in the 10th, and got the walk-off single. And the player of the game is Franco, because he did have 2 singles, I believe, and an RBI. He drove in their first run. They scored 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 9th, 1 in the 10th to win this game. As the loss will go to Liam Hendricks, as the runner at third was his responsibility. So Hendricks got the loss, and he blew the save. As the Royals, despite giving up 3 runs in the first inning, that's when it's a 9-inning game. They didn't give up any runs after that, and scored 4 runs themselves. And they win it 4-3-10, and they're playing the Twins, and the Royals move on to play the Twins in the ALDS. As, 2 for 4 with 2 singles and an RBI, OPS of 1100. He's the top player of the game for the AL wildcard game. Final score is the Royals 4 and the A's 3 in 10 innings. Greg Holland got the win. Liam Hendricks blew the save and got the loss. And obviously there was no save because it was a walk-off. 4-3 the final from Kansas City. Greg Holland pitched 2 innings, 1 hit, that's it, and then Hendricks pitched an inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, and 1 walk, which was the intentional walk. And then obviously then there was a fly out and the runner tagged up, and then Soria came in and gave up that game-winning hit, but Hendricks left with a runner at third base. Therefore, that was his responsibility. Therefore, the runs charged to him, and therefore he got the loss. Now Franco 2 for 4 with 2 singles and an RBI. Merrifield 1 for 4. 1 for 4 with a single and 2 RBIs and an RBI single, or actually had the sac fly in the 7th, and then had the fielder's choice in the 9th, and then Oliver's 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a run scored, and then Franchi Cordero, who pinch ran and scored the tying run in the 9th inning, got his first at bat in the 10th inning with the game on the line and the winning run at third base and 2 outs, and he ends up driving in the winning run. So he had 1 for 1 with that walk-off single, and then obviously he scored that game tying run in the 9th, and then drove in the game winning run in the 10th. So he was 1 for 1 with a single, an RBI, and a run. And then on the other side, Simeon 3 for 4, 3 singles and a run. Olsen had that 2-run single in the first inning. Chapman had a single and a run scored, and then Grossman had a single as well. And then obviously that 3rd run for Oakland was scored on a double play, and obviously you don't get an RBI on a double play. So, yeah. So, I mean, that just shows you right there why, if you're the A's, even though you scored 3 runs in the first inning, you gotta keep tacking on, and it didn't. Royals got 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 9th to tie it, and then obviously 1 in the 10th to win it. For the A's, 3 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors, and then for the Royals, 4 runs on 12 hits, no errors. As it will be the Twins and Royals in the ALDS. Remember, the Division Series and the Championship Series are both 1 game, and then the World Series is the best of 3 series. So yeah, next episode of the series will be the Royals and Twins in the ALDS in Minnesota. So yeah, Twins and Royals in the ALDS will be the next episode of this series. The game will be in Minnesota because the Twins are the 1 seed. And the Royals are a wild card team. So the chance of the Royals, the only way the Royals would get another home game in the playoffs is if they get all the way to the World Series. But who knows? We'll see. And that video of the Twins and Royals will probably go up, I don't know, give or take a week, give or take. So I would say in about a week, give or take, but who knows? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. If it's episode, hit the like button. Subscribe if you have any. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm going to see you in episode number 51 of this MLB The Show 20 postseason series. See you in episode number 51, and eat a lot of bacon, and go Royals, and go Royals, and I'll see you in my next video. See you then.